I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Item number 4, we'll have a roll call. Ms. Burkhart. Here. Mr. Story.
Here.
Mr. Berta.
Here.
Mr. Timmons. So we've got 4 present. Item number 5 is approval of the minutes. It was in your packet that Charles normally runs and drops off to everybody. Is there any questions, comments, or do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Story, to have a second by Ms. Burkhart. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Item number 6 is here from public comment. Have anyone that wants to speak? Move on to item number 7. Item number 7 is report from committees. A is our police chief. Chief Honholt.
Good evening. So for the month of February, the police department has issued 82 citations, 13 misdemeanor arrests, 2 drug arrests, and for the month there were 89 calls for service the department responded to in the city. Upcoming at the Bigford Parkwell will be attending a update, correction, they just did attend an update on the civil asset forfeiture changes in law, which is very beneficial since they're constantly changing. Myself and Monica will be attending Tiger's course next week, required by the state every year we do. A couple of our officers will be attending a statement analysis training, and we are reviewing several applications for new volunteer PSOs. I would like to just publicly say thank you to all of our volunteers. There's a lot of them doing a lot of things around here. Again, I've said this year after year that people don't see. Specifically would like to recognize, at least this month, Officer Lancaster. He's been coming in on Saturdays and Sundays, doing a lot of the wiring, lighting on some of the secondary vehicles, getting those all set up so we don't have to fund that or pay anybody to do it. Also, a little awkward since he's sitting up here, but Alex wears a lot of hats, and I just want to recognize him on behalf of the department. He has been doing a lot of things that unfortunately we don't share open investigations, but working with his skill set online, there's usually a lot of things going on the public doesn't see. Sometimes they turn into something, sometimes they don't, but we still have an obligation to investigate everything. And what he brings to the table and his expertise really makes it beneficial for us as a department, since we don't have a full-time IT person or I don't know what the term is, a computer specialist that can do the things that he does. And on top of doing everything else he does, he has actually written a new law that is being looked at by U.S. Congress and Senate to be attached to an upcoming bill in the Senate of the Congress. I don't remember which one, but on behalf of autistic adults. There's been quite a few incidents over the years, and that's one of the things the department has really tried to focus on is we, as a society, as a department, as a career, we evolve as the years go by with what we learn. We look at the past, say, 30, 50, 100 years ago. I can't believe we did things that way because we were a little bit blinder. It's something that's always bothered me, and I think it does a lot of officers, that people with mental disabilities as they become adults don't get the same protection they do as children. And it doesn't mean they're any less of a target. And so, Alex, at a different point, you can share some more of that, but I read the bill that he wrote, and I was very impressed. And I think it's a wonderful thing to do. It protects adults with autism from 18 to 25 years old from being targeted online. So again, I just want to say thank you to all of our members. Sometimes people look at them and say, oh, they're part-time, they're volunteer. They do a lot. Our full-time does, but our volunteers do too. We bring these men and women in for their special skills, and just want to say thank you to a couple of them this month.
Thank you. Thanks to all of you for your service. Item B from 7, line item 7, is the fire captain report.
All right, so for the fire report for February, we had 9 calls for the month. Some of those did include mutual aid calls with Stewart, Houston County. I do want to thank Stewart County Fire Rescue. Our relationship is continuing to grow. I grew up with a lot of those guys, especially in their leadership position, and it really helps that we all know each other. We've when they're getting a call out now, if they don't specifically need us, they are calling me either via radio or on my cell phone to cover the rest of the county, especially like during the daytime hours when volunteers are short. So we're helping them cover the county too. So we're covering the whole area, working together as a team, and I really appreciate that. I'm going to send that out to their leadership as well. We've got training together coming up in the next couple of months. I've already got 2 or 3 training events scheduled with them, so that'll only just help bridge a better relationship. Their people will work with our people, vice versa, and will ultimately that'll help when they do need an emergency services there. Chief hit on the volunteers. Fire side only 115 duty hours logged for the month of February. I want to thank those guys for coming in. February training included the use of ground ladders on our trucks. That went to everybody, volunteers, full-timers, stuff like that. Maybe a couple got missed due to scheduling, but for the most part, the bulk of the department had training on ground ladders. Again, want to shout out to not only volunteers, but the Jeff and the public works guys, the police guys. They're all getting in on training too. It's not really in their main job focus, but they're always willing and able to jump in on trainings and help me out. So thanks to the public works and the police side of that, on top of our volunteers for helping me out. This past month, we got, as you guys know, we got a turnout gear grant. We started the selection process. They've been in and out. We've narrowed it down. I went ahead and got the guys' size on Saturday, so we know their sizes. That way we'll make a decision. We'll get that. As soon as that money hits and we get that ordered, it'll be, I think he told us 90 days for us to get new turnout gear. So I'm looking forward to that. ISO rep did call me this past week. They're coming in May and June. May to June timeframe is what he told me, depending on his schedule. So with that being said, the next couple of months we're going to be doing hose testing, hydrant testing, and pump testing. So if the community sees us out, we'll give notice, especially when we're doing hydrant testing, but we will be doing that in the coming months when it gets warm. Got with Charles and Chief. We got Eagle Fest prep. Got pretty much most of the permits and stuff taken care of. I'm sure Charles will hit on that, but on my side, a lot of the stuff's already done, so it's just less headache we got to worry about coming up. And community outreach, I always like to do something once a month for community outreach. We've had some nice days out, so we had I don't know where they came from, Chief, but we had a bunch of tackle boxes. I hit up City Park and behind the courthouse here, caught a couple of kids fishing, so got to hand out a couple of pre-filled tackle boxes. They were super excited about that. So, and it worked out. I'll tell this story real quick. It worked out really good. I had a pink one left, and I was trying to find somebody to give it to, and I pulled up on a girl and her dad going fishing. And it was just like the perfect time. I said, oh, do you need a tackle box? And it was the last pink one we had, so it actually worked out well. So again, thanks to everybody. I also want to shout out to Charles too. We've had to get, with ISO coming up, I've had to get a couple of more tools, stuff like that. It's always been a seamless process with him. Hey, Charles, I need this, and it gets done. So, I mean, I just want to thank him and the council too for just supplying us and making it a seamless process for me. So,
Thank you. Thank you to all.
What's our projected goal for ISO?
talking to Clint over there, because he's really knowledgeable on it, a 5 is pretty much expected, but we're really working toward a 4. We're really working toward a 4. So our water system alone allows us for a 5. So everything else needs to come and hopefully get a 4.
Item number 8 is approve the ordinance number 482-24. It's to amend the ordinance 468-22, amending the limitation of open market to a limit of number of retailers to 2 locations. That's our second reading. Do I have a motion to approve? Motion. Motion, Ms. Burkhart. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Berger. We'll have a roll call. Mr. Berta,
Yes.
Mr. Story,
Yes.
Ms. Burkhart,
Yes.
and myself. Okay. It passes. Okay. Item number 9 is the communications for myself. I just have a couple of things that, as you've noticed, and being in a small town, I know you probably know that Mr. Timmons has been sick, and I think he's better, but let's remember him and the family in your thoughts and prayers. He's a great asset to the council, and he's very much missed tonight. So just keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And also Eagle Fest. Of course, Charles doesn't like to see me walk in the door this time of year. And Jeff don't even answer his phone. No, everybody does a great job. I get really a little ADHD when it comes to that, because I'm a community person. But we do have our Eagle Fest. We are going to have a small carnival. We're real excited about that. There won't be any inflatables this year, but we're replacing those with the small carnival. And we're working out details on that as well. May 17th, I think we said 4 to 10, Charles, is that right?
5 to
5 to 10, I'm sorry. 5 to 10, and then starting at 10 o'clock on Saturday for the opening ceremony, and then closing with the fireworks at 9 o'clock. So that's all I have. Item number 10 is the communications from the city manager.
I want to reiterate what you said about Alderman Timmons. He's a big asset to our council, and he's always in support to help us out with anything we need. So keep your thoughts and keep him in your prayers. I want to also say thank you, Chief, thank you, Captain, and Police Department for all y'all do for our community. Without y'all, we couldn't move forward with our many plans that we put forward to achieve. So thank y'all very much for all the time and help y'all give me. Just touching base on the permit process, Captain has got our TVA. I think the only thing we're waiting on now is our Coast Guard approval. The rest of it's already been achieved. So thank you, Captain, for that. Got a couple of transfers for some money to be moved within the general. It's no more, we're not asking for any more money, it's just basically moving from one line item to another line item. And as you can see on your agenda, we're asking for $11,289 to be moved from the 110 fund to the 266 fund for our city hall improvements. And then on the drug fund, we're asking for $10,000 to be moved to object number 023 for equipment. And that's basically to inform the council what we're wanting to do with that money. That's all I have.
We need to make a motion to move that money, do we not?
Yeah.
Yes, we need to do that. We have a motion to move this money.
Motion.
Motion, Ms. Burkhart, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Berta, we'll have a roll call. Ms. Burkhart?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Mr. Berta?
Yes.
And myself, okay. You can move that money, Charles. Item number 11, if there's not anything to be said. First of all, I want to say Charles was talking about the police department and the fire, and I echo everything he said. We couldn't do it, but I also want to talk about our employees as well, just as a whole. It's been probably less than a week, or maybe a week ago today. We were in a meeting, and I was talking about what a great team we have. And I want to thank the council, but we have some of the best employees, and whether it be fire, police, Charles, our city manager, Jeff, we don't always agree on things, but I think we have a great team, and we thank you, Miss Olivia, for everything that you do for us as well. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Berta, do I have a second? Second, Ms. Burkhart, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned.